Hi class, welcome to fall 2012 semester. You are either taking this class as a dual credit student or as a late register CWI student. Welcome to all of you. If you'll notice right up here in the syllabus, this is where my office hours are displayed. This is where I will definitely be during these given hours. However, I'm often on campus outside of these hours as well. This or by appointment is certainly open to you. Please don't feel like you have to be there during these limited times to be able to meet with me or talk to me. Email me at any time. That's the best way to get a hold of me. But if you'd like to come in and meet with me in person, I'm happy to set up a time and a place to do that. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time going over the high points of the syllabus. You'll take a quiz this week on the syllabus, and not everything I go over is on the quiz, and not everything on the quiz will I go over. So make sure you print this document and have it handy as you take the quiz. Don't expect you to memorize the quiz information or the syllabus information for the quiz. I expect you to have it handy and reference it so that you understand the content. Okay, so briefly, of course, this course is completely online. It lasts 13 weeks. Our normal semesters are 16 weeks, so we are condensed into 13. That means we start out, running and keep going for a while. I've condensed it as best I can for you. Begins today, September 17th, and ends on the 21st of December. Awful close to Christmas. That's just how our schedule worked out this year. Notice that you are expected to participate at least 3 out of 7 days and sometimes 4 out of 7. Your discussion boards will require you to post on 3 days every week. Which 3 days those are up to you, but your deadlines are on Sunday nights, and so often you'll end up online 4 out of 7 days a week. Your weekly content is open 8 days at a time. It'll open early on Saturdays for those of you who are able to, who like me, often have the most time to work over the weekend. You'll get that time to be able to work ahead if you can. Here are your textbooks. I emailed those out to you earlier this summer, so you should have all of those handy. If not, visit the bookstore as soon as you can. This is the one you'll need as soon as possible, meaning you'll need it for week 1. These two have a little more flexibility if you need to order those, but don't take more than a week or week and a half to get these in hand. Okay. So be aware that 102 assumes that you have met all of the objectives for English 101 at least a C level or higher. So if you look at these objectives and they look foreign to you, such as make basic but effective use of sources in an academic documentation format, including in-text citation and bibliography. If you have to look up some of those words, you may be in the wrong course. Just be aware that sometimes students are misplaced. Sometimes the compass test and previous credits don't take into account what you actually learned in a course, and know that you have the freedom to take 101 so that you're not drowning in 102. So please talk to me and let me know if you feel like you haven't met these objectives and you don't feel ready for 102. Okay. Be aware that this course assumes that you have daily access to an updated personal computer with virus protection and basic software that's free for the taking. Adobe Reader, Flash, iTunes, QuickTime. Realize that I believe iPhones and iPads will not use Flash Player, and a lot of the documents I post require Flash. So if you notice you can't see a few things and you're using an iPad, try using just a regular laptop PC to be able to access those documents. If that's a major problem for you, please let me know and we'll see what we can work out. You don't need to own Microsoft Word. You're more than welcome to use the free OpenOffice software if you'd like. Please be responsible and have a backup option or 2 or 3 for all of the above items, because odds are your computer will fail at some point during these 13 weeks. Mine usually has some kind of hiccup and I need to use a backup plan. Know your public library hours, know the CWI computer lab hours, know your high school's computer lab hours, have a friend who's willing to loan you a laptop, those sorts of things. And also, you need to be internet and computer savvy to be successful in this course, or you'll spend an unreasonable amount of time learning to use basic software, and that's not why we're here. You know, we're here to learn research skills, writing skills. All the other stuff should be background. If this list looks overwhelming to you, then you may reconsider taking an online course, but please chat with me before dropping. I want you to succeed, and you may be better at all these things than you think you are. We'll see. Okay, and also realize this is not a self-study or online correspondence course, the kind of class where you can look at the schedule and say, okay, I'm just going to submit everything by December 21st and I'm good. You can access Blackboard any hour of the day, but we do have weekly deadlines, midweek deadlines. You must complete everything on time to be successful in this course. And especially be aware that online courses are not easier or less time consuming than on-campus equivalents. They are certainly more flexible. You don't have to drive and park and go on to campus and attend a class each week, but you do still have to be disciplined and have good time management skills and sit down and do the work at certain times every week so that you get the work done. You should expect to spend 9 to 12 hours each week in preparation and completion of our assignments. That includes reading and writing and thinking and researching and all of the things that we do in here. It may also be a little bit more than that each week because we have condensed a course into 13 weeks. I still have to cover all of the same objectives in 13 weeks that I do in 16, so that doesn't make the course any easier. It just makes it a little more accelerated. Okay. Plagiarism, I'll stop here for a second. This course, English 102, is the place where we will learn what plagiarism is and how to avoid it. I expect that you'll struggle with source material. The sort of thing that will get you in trouble is intentional plagiarism, meaning turning in someone else's paper, copying and pasting large portions of work from the internet without citing it. Even with citing it, copying and pasting a lot of things is a problem. But know that my goal here is to coach you and help you learn how to avoid plagiarism. I don't want you to be so panicked that you're going to be in trouble, that you won't even try to use sources. We will use sources in here. You will struggle with source use. My goal is to help you learn how to avoid problems in other classes. But realize copying and pasting from Wikipedia will cause you to fail the course. Please read through the protocol for communication so that you know what to do and how to contact me if you need to. Notice this, our Writing Center is a fantastic resource. You can send a draft of any essay to this email address. Let them know what the assignment is, and you'll receive feedback from a consultant within 2 business days. It's like having an extra instructor, all free, very easy. You don't have to make an appointment. Just send an email. If you have any kind of disability, learning disability, physical disability that would inhibit you from meeting certain deadlines, even such things like, like a seizure disorder, for example, that might land you in the hospital and you might miss a deadline. It's worthwhile to have that disability documented just in case you need those accommodations. So be sure to call this number if you need to set that up. Okay. Our major assignments, we have 3 major essays in this course, and then a final portfolio where you will revise those 3 essays and turn them in for a second time. When I grade them the first time, I will give you extensive revision notes that I expect you to apply to those assignments. Notice that your final portfolio is worth a great deal of your grade, and there's a reason for that. I expect you to take seriously the input you've gotten from both me and your classmates to be able to revise. Your 3 essays are worth about the same the first time around. Assignments and quizzes 14 and participation 15. Don't be fooled by these percentages though. While that's how it's weighted in terms of the grade for the entire course, you must earn 70% of these 145 points to be able to pass the course. So each of these And that goes for assignments and quizzes as well. You have to earn 70% in each of these categories to be a candidate to pass the course. However, the first time you turn in each of your three major essays, you have three options for a grade: full points, partial points, which is a 60%, or no credit. If your essay may not be perfect, I will give you revision notes, but if you do your best, if you meet all the minimum requirements and it's obvious that you've invested time in it, you will earn full points the first time around, and then you'll be able to revise, and that time you'll get a letter grade. If you're partially done, if it's not quite meeting the minimums, that sort of thing, there's other major problems with it, but you turned it in on time, it's mostly there, you'll receive the partial credit. You can revise one unit that receives partial credit during the semester for a better grade for the full credit points. No credit, obviously, if you don't turn it in, or if it's completely off the mark, it will earn no credit. You must revise a no credit essay and resubmit it. Assignments are also graded on the full, partial, no credit scale. Quizzes are traditional A to F scale. Please review carefully the participation rubric, and that's included in every discussion board assignment. Again, we'll move quickly. It's a 16-week course condensed into 13, so just expect to move a little faster. Somewhere in between a regular semester and the summer semester, which is 9 weeks. You will read and write a lot. This is an English and writing course. Be aware that it's your responsibility to drop the course. Once you show up to class, meaning you post anything, a discussion board post, a quiz, anything, once you've shown up in the class, I cannot drop you. So be aware that if you decide to drop the course for any reason, you need to initiate that via one-stop. And also, simply be aware that this syllabus is a contract. That's what a syllabus is. It's a document that spells out the policies of a course. And by remaining in the class, you agree to abide by these policies. If you have any questions or concerns about any of the policies, please contact me and ask questions. I want you to understand my justification for these policies so that you're able to be successful in this course. So once again, welcome, and I hope you have a good first week. I look forward to getting to know you via your curiosities this week.